Hello, friends. I think today is going to be afternoon experiment time. So, um, this won't actually take long. I'm not going to use a whole bunch of descriptive words. I want this to be able to continue to be viewed. So, I'm not going to mention the names of these brands, and I'm not going to mention exactly what it is we're doing specifically. I'm just going to show you very closely exactly which each label is and what experiment we're going to conduct. And from there, I'm just going to leave the phone sitting during the 5 minute or so lapse, and we will just review the results then. But I will show you rather than say all of the details out loud. So, first thing, we have this here. Okay? Now you can see the brand that we're using, instructions. Okay, so we're going to dip this thing for about, it says 10 seconds, so we'll go longer than that. We'll go longer than 10 seconds, and then we'll leave it for 5 minutes to let the results come out, and then we will check the results and find out what it is, if anything, that shows as the results after we test this, this, and this. Each individual container currently upside down. We will flip them all over, fill them, and proceed with our test. So now you have seen what we're doing, and during the process, I'm just going to leave the cameras stationary so we can tell that there's nothing changing and we're just following instructions. And during the time lapse, I'm going to let you listen along to a pretty good movie called The Station Agent. Just as some background while we carry on. Alright, here we go. Insert. Okay. And we'll put that here. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we got 1 extra. So we'll put our insert back in here for now. Let's box this up. And let's open these up. We're just going to pour it out right in front of each one. Toss those as we go. 5 fresh ones out. You can see they're all the same. Okay. Everything is the same and ready. Come back up here. Okay. Now we'll start down here. Turn our over. Well, it looks like some carbonation got out of this guy. We'll set that one there. And I can see. Okay. Now let's get to this one. Put this one over. This one over. Okay. I understand I'm being a bit tedious, but that way we don't leave any room for scrutiny regarding how we did this. So make sure everything's unopened before we start and verify everything there. Good. Get my fingers out of the way. All right, and last one here. Turn it over. And pour it in. All right. Okay. Now, our instructions tell us we're going to remove this little cap from the bottom, and we're going to dip that in for 10 seconds at least, and we're going to set it down, and we're going to leave it for 5 minutes, and we're going to let it do its thing, and we'll come back after. So we started on the far end, so let's start there. I can see, I'll take number 1. We're going to remove the cap. Now we are going to set it inside. Okay, we're going to do the same thing each one. Okay. Last one. Okay. Now we'll go down the run, everybody can see. leave this running, this camera, the whole time. I'll let the time lapse. So it is, my video marker is at 10 and 30 seconds now. So at 15:30 on the video count, I will then pull these back out. That'll be 5 minutes, and we will review to see what each of these results shows us against our instruction box. So let's take a look now so we know what we're looking for. Okay, so interpretation of results. I'll try and get this where you can get a better view of it if possible. I'll try and start up close and get it where you can see. So alright, so whatever is being tested for is going to be in the top little descriptive with the little letters. You can see that. See the little letters on each one. Okay. Below, there's a control line and a test line. So if it is positive, the C should be indicated with a red stripe. Here. So like I said, the first one was for a preliminary positive. Second description is for a negative. So the negative is going to give us what appears to be 2 red stripes, or a red and an orange. Okay. Then if it's simply invalid, which means it's not giving us valid results either way, then the indication will just appear empty or a 1 stripe at the bottom. Okay. So really the first and second are the ones we're probably going to see. This one's possible, but now we know what we're looking for. So at the end of our 5 minutes, we will review those against this sheet and see what happens from there. Until then, a little background to lapse the time a bit. I'll probably have to interrupt that from time to time just so I don't get anything official. I don't want to infringe on any videos, but we'll see what happens.
Hi.
I have my bill.
Oh, cool. I can make you a card right now. I just need you to fill that out. There you go. And get your card. Your first name's Finbar?
Yes.
My name's Emily. Hi. You have a nice chin.
Thanks. Nice chin? Yeah. Seriously? Yeah. Fucking weird.
Having this in the background also helps us confirm that the camera hasn't moved and we're still watching the same results in a lapse.
Hey! Olivia! That was her, right?
I think so.
What was that? She had to see us, right?
If we give it about 1 more minute, that should put us at about 5.5 to 6 minutes, which should be
Dime lo que hay, viejo.
plenty of time for
No sé, papito.
results.
Espérate. It's my pop. We're going to the mill tonight. He wants to know if you want to join us.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
we will wait a little bit longer to check the
Digo que sí.
results.
Ok, te lo cojo a las 5:30.
Yeah, good to go. Yeah, okay, address? 34 Green Pond Road. Yeah, name? Harris, all right. Right, okay, 2 of those. Yeah. All right, yeah, is that it? Okay, well, my delivery boy's out of the store right now, so it's gonna be a couple hours. Yeah, okay, bye.
Excuse me. That delivery for Olivia Harris, I'll take it to her.
What?
She's a friend of mine, and I'm gonna go that way.
You're gonna have to pay for it, you know.
Yeah.
Alright. As we're getting a little closer, let's take a look at what specifically is being assessed here. So, if I can focus this in a bit. I'm not sure if you can read all of these. I'll see if I can get a better angle at it here. Again, you can always look up this brand as well and you can see what it's testing for. But we've got at the top there, we've got the little 3-letter descriptions as it's going to be identified on the actual test itself. So AMP is indicating amphetamine, BAR, barbitol, BZO, oxazepam. So the different categories of these. If you do a little research on it, you'll know what these are really pertaining to. Obviously, you've got COC, which is going to be cocaine, BUP, buprenorphine, and obviously you have THC, which will be marijuana, MTD, indicating methadone. So you see all those here. Calibrator. Okay. So that is the intended use for these. So there's also a few more here. So again, you got methamphetamine, morphine, opiate, oxycodone, phencyclidine, propoxyphene, tricyclic antidepressants, and other. You can see those as well. Okay, so those are what we are testing for. So based on, if any of these results show positive, we'll look back at this and see what it is. So I'll leave that here. We are now past our 5-minute mark, so let's take a look at each one of these and just go down the run. Move our box. Okay. So let's take a look here. Okay, so it appears, like I said, our little indicator there in the middle sections, those are the different things. So we've got the middle, so if we're kind of focus is a little tough here, so let's see if we can zoom a bit, make this a little easier to see. Oh wow, okay, there we go. Alright, so now you can clearly see what appears to be under the AMP, so note that. On the left indicator, AMP. Second indicator, BZO. Third one, COC. Fourth one, OPI. And the fifth one, THC. Okay? So if we look at the middle, the COC, to the one to the right, OPI, and to the one to the right of that, THC. All appear to very clearly have what looks like there's 2 lines, right? Even the COC, it's not super clear, but there are 2 lines, right? The other ones are much more clear. But when we look at the first 2, preliminary positive is 1 stripe in the top across the C. First 2, single strike across the C. And if it was invalid, it would be 1 red at the bottom. But they're both at the top. So, results for that guy, A and P, BZO. Alright. Now, let's move to our next one. And it appears we have the exact same 2 preliminary positives. AMP, BZO. Negatives for COC, OPI, THC. So that one. Same results as this one. The indicator's a little clearer on the invalids, or the negatives on this one are a little darker. But again, on those 2, there's clearly a stripe, and it is the C line, not the T. The T with a single stripe would be invalid, but the single stripe at the top, preliminary positive. Both of those. Same 2, AMP, BZO. Well, let's come out. Let's go to our next one. Okay. Consistent, it appears. Preliminary positive. AMP, BZO. Negatives, COC, OPI, THC. Okay. And this one, the indicator marks are even stronger. They're brighter on this one. So our negatives are all the same. Negatives for COC, OPI, THC. But preliminary positives, AMP, BZO. Consistent across all so far. Last one. So this one, same negatives. OPI, THC are both clearly the negative. The middle one, you can still see them. They're just a little bit fainter. But there are 2 under the COC as well. So consistent with all the other ones. COC, OPI, THC showing as negative. However, clearly a red stripe next to the C in the upper of those 2 boxes, AMP, BZO. So, across all of the ones we just did this experiment to, preliminary positives for both of the 2 on the left. Feel free to take screenshots of those if you'd like. Like I said, the ones that are showing as preliminary positive, there is no stripe at the bottom of either of those two boxes. So it can't be invalid and it cannot be negative. Okay? Nothing's been tampered, nothing's been touched. You watched the whole process take place with no lapse in the phone time or editing or anything else. And this will be presented and posted exactly like this. So, again, based on what we just saw, the ones we indicated were AMP, BZO, across all of them. See AMP at the top. Note what that is. Okay? Then the other, the BZO. See what that is? Okay? Probably not something you need in your diet, amongst many other things, but really? Positives. Well, hope we learned something today. Peace and love, my friends.